My fellow gem hunters, welcome to another episode of Vibin' Time over here at Coinverse. And as always, guys, I'm your host, Vibin. And before we get started today, guys, you know what to do. Make sure you like this video up before we get started. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you also stay up to date to the latest videos that we have over here at Coinverse. And then at the end of the video, today, guys, make sure you comment. Let me know how we're doing on content over here, as well as any projects that you guys want us to feature in future content. A project that we want to talk about today. So, over here at Coinverse, we like to find some good gems. And today, I think it was a new gem that released on the Solana blockchain that I want to talk about. It's another NFT project. And it is said to be like one of these Solana summers. Like every day, I feel like when I'm going through and I'm looking at the projects that have the strongest community, I'm starting to find more Solana NFT projects. I keep telling you guys they're starting to really take over the market as far as like what's going on the Solana chain and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here like I always do. And before we dive right into it today, I actually want to go over to Solana's chart, right? And this is just something that I'm looking at, guys, like for my personal, but we see that Solana came up and tested this $56 range. Then we just had this downtrend. And now, this would be our next level of support at 41. We didn't get a really strong fight here. I think we see a little bit of a strong fight here. But then I think essentially we go down to the lower range, right? And when I'm thinking about these Solana projects, like I'm really doing a lot of research on them. I hope you guys do too, because I think this is a great time to do this research where we might see some of these projects trigger in here. We're starting to see the volume really start to accumulate a little bit in Solana, right? So I want to jump over to the Ape's Twitter page. So this is called Just Ape. And we know that Ape has been like this derivative, like monster where everybody wants to come out with something that's ape, whether it's ape coin, ape derivative coin, something with ape NFTs or anything like that, right? So I don't want us to take this too far out of proportion. I want us to stay right here on home base and say, hey, look, these don't even look the same, right? Like, so this is a whole nother ape type of concept. One thing that I like to pay attention to, guys, when I look at this and I look at the interaction, you see their top interaction is usually their first tweet, or their highest interactive tweet is their first tweet that posts up on their page. It has 2,000 likes here and 1,000 retweets, 400 comments. So I like to try to look for those same type of qualities within the project after it's launched. So it just said just sold out 2 hours ago. That's 1,300, 400, 134 comments. So it looks like the people are about this now. And it's always kind of funny when people look at this and they kind of look at these new projects and they say, they don't know what to feel about it. So you see like a lot of likes when things are doing well, and they don't know what to like when they don't know what's going on with the conditions of that market. So, but like I said, guys, I think this is a really cool one. I like to scroll down there. Like I said, their thing here. They just recently had an AMA as well with Matt and Arm, which is some people that I think I know in the space as well. They do a couple things with Goxstein Media, so it's good to see that this outreach is went to do some marketing. Anytime I start seeing these influencers get involved with these brands, guys, I really take note and say, hey, look, like I know that this is some type of promotion, whether it's a more scenic promotion or paid promotion. I know that the team is working to get exposure. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and leave from over at Twitter. We're going to go over to the website here, and it says you're still early. This is the basic intro to this. I got to slide my thumbnail out of the way so I don't look at my so I don't grab. When I'm trying to scroll around the page, I'll end up scrolling on myself. So I don't know if that made sense. All right, so let's look at their mission, guys. While we're here, and again, my thumbnail's in the way. I can never move it in the right place. So we're all here to believe in the same thing, share belief in the Web3, stability to bridge gaps, whether that's bridging Web2 or Web3 to where life in digital metaverse or multiverse, or bridging the global wealth divide. So pretty much seems like they have that same type of concept here where, they have that thing where they want to come into Web3 and make a difference with their community, right? And it's like, all right, what are they going to do to make things really different, right? And they're talking about tangible benefits in real life events. So a brand should not be a digital silo. We're trekking across the world to put Ape on the map, at both our events and NFT focused satellite events. So merchandise fast. So again, we see this merchandise this merchandise thing going on. And then they have this showroom as well as Ape Studios. I think the Ape Studios is pretty cool, but let's go through some of the merchandise. So we hired a world-class merchandise lead and gave him no reign over our merchandise strategy. No need to sit around and wait for ages. High quality gear coming out soon. Merchandise isn't just a holder of a benefit, It isn't. It's an organizational benefit. Some, not all pieces of merchandise will be sold to the public because maximizing revenue streams is key in the long-term play. So I think this is really cool where they take this merchandise and they don't let everything go, right? Like they say, hey, look, if you hold a certain level of rarity, you guys can have access to this merchandise. And if you don't, then you only have access to this other merchandise. And in the same token, they get to offer merchandise across multiple platforms where they can offer them to the entry level person as well as the whale that's able to hold like some of the rare quality NFTs. So, and then they have studios. Ape is just the beginning story. Our studio is the umbrella organization that will be funded by our efforts to break the norm, to revitalize what brought us here in the first place. So, and you see here they're interested in telling the people to come back later for more. And then we could look at some of the NFTs as well. But something I like to highlight on that mission is that, guys, they have this collection. It's not a really big collection. I think it's 7,777 of these. And to me, some of them, to be honest, they look a little bland. For as far as like rarity qualities and things of that nature. So they have 10,000. We see that here. So I think they look a little bit bland, but some of them are really cool, like some of the rare ones. But we've seen this thing take off on Solana today, and we're gonna go over to Coral Cube in a second and look at some of the floor prices of some of these things. But this is one of those things, guys, where I like the intro of the product. Like I like the website. I like what they stand for as far as like their mission and things of that nature. But again, like when you're looking at it from an art concept, I don't think, like, to me, like these earrings are very like like they don't really come off on me like that, right? Like, so like I'll be honest with the collection. To me, like it looks pretty basic. But again, I want to look at some of the rarities. We'll go over to Coral Cube. We'll look at Just Ape. We see that these floor prices raised up to 10.79 Solana. So that's probably around $3,500 right now. So that's really good. 6,000 unique holders, 7 days of volume, 93.92K. And then listed items, they have 2,251 of the 10,000. And then again, we see the last buy here is at 10.79. And when I'm looking at things like this, guys, like, I'll just be honest, like when I'm looking at some of the other NFT projects I'm involved in, I see a lot more rare qualities. Like what makes this rare? It could be the button up here, and then like maybe the Scully hat and maybe some facial features, right? But again, I like to like be hesitant, right? Like I want to see where this collection goes in another week, but today it is gaining a lot of traction, guys. If you think about where it's listed from to where it is right now, we like to call that the moon effect. So this thing is definitely moving along in the right vicinity. I actually like this one. This is pretty cool in my opinion, right? So like I like the little filter hat. I mean, I like the little sun visor hat, the little backpack. I don't know about the rope. Got to be careful with rope nowadays, right? And they got a little map, so maybe they're in search of something, maybe in search of sun, right? But I don't know. It's like one of those collections that you get behind, guys. And I think that you don't have to look at it for the art. I think you got to look at it for the team. And if you believe in this team, then the art doesn't have to look the best. I think when we look at some of the other NFT products that came out, or the NFT collections that came out in the prior weeks, we see goblins come out there where they're not really this big artistic collection. I think people look at the team and they speculate about the team and they speculate about the roadmap and think there can be great things, right? And I think the same thing here. I think, like when I'm looking at these, some of these look really cool. Some of them I probably wouldn't, I wouldn't look at as far as artistic value, but I think if these things keep going at the way they're going, they're getting a lot of attention. It's one of the most popular things right now on Coral Cube right now, and also Solana. And guys, we keep talking about this. There could potentially be a Solana summer. Do we know that? I don't know. The Solana price says that, things could potentially be going towards the 24 range. But guys, if you're not speculating about these projects that's coming out doing these high floor prices right off the launch, then guys, what are you doing? Like if these things are going to go down in value because of Solana's price, then you should ante up in your Solana, be ready to sweep these floors up, guys. Get into some of these things. We're starting to see it happen all across the Solana chain. Guys, we talked about Hop Mapper. We talked about some of the sneaker collaboration projects. We know what's next, right? Like we know that Solana's building out all these play to earn, fit to earn, move to earn, all of these different things. I think it's another cool collection. You know, like I said, you know, just the ape. A collection of 10,000 apes that takes us back to the basis, none of the fluff, all of the value. So I think they'll probably have some type of Discord that's really cool. So you guys can get active there as well if you want to go over there and search the Discord. And yeah, so you see here, they have Discord, also as Twitter. And like I said, they have a lot of engagement. Go through, search out some of the filters. See what you guys think about the project. If you think this is something that's really going to take off, guys, let me know in the comments down below. But again, it's one of the projects that came across my radar today. I thought I wanted to bring to you guys. Don't be afraid to ape in, even though it's a bear season, right? That's another thing, guys. There's no rush on anything that we've been presenting lately over here at Coinverse. You guys got to take it in stride. There is a bear market right now, but like I said, it gives us a great opportunity to really go out, seek these projects, make sure we do our adequate amount of research before we dive in. And then when it's time, you just dive in, right? When market conditions favor your risk, then you just dive in. So that's all I got for today, guys. Other than that, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Vibing out.